Today I'm watching Firefly episode 5. Episode 4 was about Mal and Kaylee went to this dance. The companion was there, and then Mal ended up fighting for the companion's honor against her client. So it was an interesting episode to kind of see more of like their social lives outside of the ship. So I'm really enjoying this series. I'm looking forward to continuing it. I'm curious to see if we're going to find out more about Simon and his sister River, a little bit more of that backstory. I'm really interested in that. And again, these Reavers seem like such a really interesting concept to me. I'm curious if they ever make an appearance on camera. Thank you so much for sharing on this first time watching with me. If you're ever curious about what kind of gear I use or what's on the bookshelf, I've included a link in the description below. And if you want to have a say in what movies or TV shows I watch, be sure to join Patreon. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel and check back often for more awesome content.
Our platoon, Simon. We got outflanked by the independent squad, and we're never gonna make it back to our platoon.
Okay, so a flashback of young Simon and young River. Okay, maybe my prediction was right, maybe.
Aren't you supposed to be practicing for your dance recital?
I learned it all. That's wrong.
It's from the book, River.
Is that young Zac Efron?
This whole conclusion is
What? It definitely looks like him.
Your body can be drained of blood in 8.6 seconds given adequate vacuuming systems.
Is that true?
Creepifying.
Oh, that's terrifying.
And I'm not your go-around babysitter either. Gag her if you have to.
Oh.
A trade to be done.
Okay, so they're dropping off the cattle that they had picked up in the previous episode.
If it happens to be something we need, we take it.
It probably will be if you're eating rabbit. I'm sure beef might be a welcome change. That's not a great way to start the day.
We won't leave without you.
Yeah, he's like, I wasn't really asking. It was more like a kindly get lost so I can do this deal and not have to worry about your sister. Was that a car?
Same 5 rag dolls and the same wood carvings of, what is this, a duck?
I think that was the first car I've seen in the series, or like this version of a car, I guess.
I didn't see that.
Oh.
You do a very good job of hiding your interest.
Same.
So spry. You just want to take a bite out of him all over, you know?
Oh my, Kaylee.
Morning, you two.
Your snack has arrived.
And you can't think much of them that choose it, can you?
Aww. Oh, I feel bad for Kaylee. Yeah, he definitely thinks he is, or he gives us a like feeling that he's better than them because he's more educated and probably comes from the flashback. It looked like he came from like a wealthier family, so.
River?
And now you've lost your sister. Uh-oh. Yeah, he definitely comes off like he thinks he's too good for this life in this ship. River's having her own midsummer festival. What's going on here? Or maybe she just wanted to have some fun and not be tested on and poked and prodded for a day. Whoa! Oh, shoot. It's weird to see like a revolver gun, but have like the laser sound coming from it. Oh no! The priest was shot? Oh, that doesn't look good. Oh, and River can sense it? Ah! No! Oh, this is going badly. This is going very badly.
Wash, I want you to go to town, see if you can find that Ginseng Young, the doctor.
I need to start looking up Mandarin swear words. There's been quite a few in this episode.
Being a doctor means more to you than just a position. I know that.
A few months' time, you'll turn around and there she'll be. And nothing is going to keep you two apart for long.
Okay, so these parents are just obviously ignoring the signs in these letters. And if the academy was reading her letters, she'd be writing to them in code and misspelling words, hoping her brother would figure out.
And we don't. We're going.
What are you doing? What about Simon and River?
Forget them. We already lost 2 people today. If I can help it, we won't lose a 3rd.
I'm sorry, are we just leaving them behind? He's the one even suggested they go on a walk in the first place, and now he's like, oh, they might be actually kidnapped? Well, that sucks for them. We better go. What a frickin'... Gah. No, they won't, man. You're on your own at this point. Yeah, see you later. They've left you. What a jerk. Oh my gosh.
Alright, he was dumb enough to get himself grabbed in broad daylight. Don't have time to be beating the trees looking for him now. No assurance we'd find him or that he wouldn't need a doctor himself.
I'm not talking about Simon. I'm talking about medical facilities.
That's not an option. Nor is it a discussion I much want to have at the moment.
Yeah, I get they want to go find medical help as soon as possible, and he's right, like, trying to find another doctor will probably be faster than trying to find Simon, and like you said, Simon might need a doctor himself, so I get it, but man, it still just seems like such a cruel thing to do. And I don't know why he's so apprehensive about medical facilities. We haven't really seen a version of a hospital or a version of a medical clinic in this world, so I'm curious to see what that would be like. He's already going through their stuff, man. It's been like, what, like an hour, 2 hours tops?
Sure this is where you want to be?
Oh, I'm fairly certain it ain't.
I feel like he wouldn't have left Kaylee or he wouldn't have left Zoe. It just happens to be the two people that he seems less attached to that he left behind.
She need a doctor. Bring me light and any supplies you have.
Okay, so they kidnapped him knowing he was a doctor because this little town, I guess, obviously doesn't have any doctor on staff or doesn't have a big medical team, obviously. It just seems like people do what they can, so okay.
Get this man to the infirmary at once.
Okay, so they docked with an Alliance ship, hoping the Alliance would help them out. They didn't seem super eager about it, and now we showed them this card, and
Quite right, is she?
the shepherd is obviously higher rank than we know.
Shepherd's got some kind of connection with the Alliance?
I know what it looks like. Still, it'd surprise me if he did.
See, that's my whole problem with picking up tourists. Ain't never what they claim to be.
It seems like everyone's got a tale in the town.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's got a lot of secrets. Except for Kaylee. I don't know if Kaylee has any secrets, but that's fine. But yeah, I'm curious to know more about the shepherd now and what his backstory is. Because when we found him, he was literally just wandering around looking for a transport ship. It wasn't really a lot of details.
You are such a brat.
You get to bed now.
Oh, we should probably think about doing the same. It's been a big day, what with the abduction and all.
Okay, she didn't abduct you. Stop making her feel bad about it.
And you will know them by their crafts.
What are you talking about?
Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live.
Oh, they think River's a witch because she can read. She read this little girl's mind and was able to figure out what happened to her and why she's not talking. That's not gonna go well. I don't think that's gonna be well received. This girl's a witch. She knows math. She must be a witch.
Patron here, do you know what that means?
Yes. You're in charge. Ever since the old patron died.
That's right.
He was sick. And he was getting better. You were alone in the room with him.
Oh, gosh.
Girl reads minds and spins falsehoods. She's a witch and we must purge the devil from her.
Oh, God. They're gonna do an old-fashioned witch burning? What? What? Oh, my gosh. This episode is crazy.
Feel guilty and judged. That's not what I saw. You like to tell me what really happened?
I surely would. Maybe someday I will. It's good to be home.
Okay, so the shepherd's gonna be okay. The Alliance was able to save him.
Wants us to drop it to his men on the common Fed base.
That'll be a hell of a lot easier to do without the two most wanted on board. Life would look to be simpler, us not carrying Fugees.
He is right, you know.
Okay, so are they gonna go back for them at all? Or is it just like, we'll never talk about them again because it's easier for us to not have fugitives on board, obviously. Oh gosh, this is not good. This is not, if this is how this story ends, that's not what I'd imagined at all. Like, this is crazy.
Take me instead.
Oh.
Take my life for hers.
The witch must die. God commands it.
Simon, if anything, is a very dedicated brother. Oh gosh, no, 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 no! Yeah, they're not gonna kill the town doctor because
it's not gonna stop us, doctor.
What? Okay, well, clearly I'm wrong.
Post holder. Digging holes for posts.
Oh, is this really happening right
now? Light it.
Time to go.
I was about to lose my damn mind. Oh! Oh my gosh, just in time. Thank you. I know you left them there, but it's nice you went back and got them at least. Frick.
Yes, I'm very proud.
Got her down. The girl is a witch. Yeah, but she's our witch.
Yes, okay, good. You're like, she might be insane, but she's our crazy, and we're taking her back with us. Okay, good. I was so worried. Oh.
Hey, Doctor. Glad you're back now on the ship.
I'll just casually return all the things I stole from you while you were gone. No big deal. Nothing to see here.
Yeah, but you don't even like me. Why'd you come back?
You're on my crew. Why are we still talking about this? Child's intent. Don't need the dress.
He's always one for sharing his feelings, that Mal. Yeah, he's very, he's an open book, that guy. Okay, well, I'm glad those two are okay, and the shepherd seems to be okay, and now maybe this has bonded them with the crew a little bit more, like the thought of losing them made them realize, hey, we actually need them around, even though they do cause a lot of unnecessary drama being fugitives, and River still struggling with her own stuff, but okay, the cute little family dinner. So that was my first time watching Firefly episode 5. I really enjoyed it. I think this might be one of my favorite episodes that I've seen so far. My prediction came true. I was really hoping to learn more about River and Simon, and this episode seemed to be all about them, which was great. We got to see some flashbacks and learn a little bit more of their home life and their relationship with their parents. It seems like they come from a pretty wealthy, a pretty established family, and that their parents seem to be more focused on Simon's career as opposed to River's well-being, which is not the healthiest of relationships. Simon figures out, obviously through these letters that he's getting from River, that something is wrong because he knows his sister pretty well. The parents are just kind of brushing it off. It was an interesting dynamic to see Simon be like, okay, I'm going to do this and go against my parents' best wishes, even though it seems like they've provided him with a great life and given him tons of opportunities. He still chose to prioritize family, and he seems to be less concerned about status and those type of things. I think this episode highlighted some of the struggles Mal must be going through when he has this crew and he's the leader of all these people, and he has to prioritize some people over others or do what's best for everybody as opposed to best for one. When the shepherd is injured, Mal's faced with this choice of, do I stay and try and track down Simon and River, bring them back, hope they can save the shepherd, or do we try and go find medical help somewhere else? They decide to leave them behind, which at first I was just like, oh, that seems like such a gut punch to just watch them leave. But Mal is the leader and he's trying to do what's best for everybody, so he decides that right now the priority is getting this guy to medical help. And I wasn't sure if they were going to come back. I don't know if he was sure he was going to come back either, because obviously they're fugitives on board. They're taking on a big risk by transporting them. But they were able to dock with the Alliance, and then we found out something about the shepherd seems to have this. He obviously was like, I'll tell you about it later, because why would you tell us all your secrets in one episode? But we found out that the shepherd seems to have some high status or some high rank. He showed the Alliance his ID card, and instantly it was like, yeah, get this man some help right now. So maybe he was the shepherd for a high-ranking Alliance official. That's kind of my prediction. Or that he is connected in some way to someone very high up in the Alliance. And then I started thinking back on when was the first time we met the shepherd, and he was just wandering around on Persephone, and we didn't know much about him. Obviously, all that he needed was a ride. There was that running joke where people kept calling him grandpa, and he kept saying, I'm not a grandfather. But again, doesn't tell us a lot about him right now. But I'm curious to see what his backstory was. And another interesting element I found from this episode was something we hadn't explored before, which is like medical clinics and hospitals, and what would that look like in this world. But Mal was very against going to one of those, which I don't know what the reasoning for that is yet, or if we'll even get to it, or maybe he just doesn't like hospitals and just wants to avoid that as much as possible. But yeah, I'm curious to see visually what that would look like. And now that we know more about Simon and River's upbringing and what their relationship with their parents was like, it seems interesting to me how Simon rejected his parents' ideas of status, and that's your top priority, is only care about what other people think about you, and how it was easy for him to reject that when he was in that position, when he had, you know, wealth, and he had, you know, this big house, and he had his schooling, I imagine, paid for, and he had all these opportunities. But then when he's on Serenity, he seems to be like thinking more, okay, I'm too good for you guys. Like when he's bashing the ship and he's bashing this way of life, and he's talking to Kaylee, and Kaylee's like, well, I chose this life, so what do you think about me then? Like, do you think less of me because I'm choosing to live like this and I don't have all these rich, extravagant things? So I'm wondering if he's now kind of realizing that, okay, maybe I quickly judge these people, and maybe I need to come down off my high horse a little bit and realize that this way of life isn't that terrible. And we also saw that Simon had been looking for his sister even before this, and that he had previously ended up in, I'm assuming it was this Firefly version of jail, and that his dad had to come bail him out, and his dad was like, this is it, this was your one free pass, basically, I'm not bailing you out again. So when they were stuck and kidnapped, and River's all hopeful that their dad's gonna come rescue him, I think she still has this perception that her parents are that concerned about her well-being, when they just kind of wanted to sweep everything under the rug and were just fine with leaving her at the academy. And I like learning more about the sci-fi aspect of it. Like when Simon was in jail and his dad walked through the door, he said he was now marked. So I'm guessing that's like anybody who even enters a jail is now has like on their permanent record, I guess, is being tagged as somebody who's been in there, which is probably, you know, a mark against their character or something like that. And these blackout zones, again, using the example of like Hunger Games, where if you go to certain areas of the galaxy, people think less of you. And if you go to these blackout zones and then you're from the first district or whatever, people are like, well, what are you doing over here? You should be over here. You're part of this class and this society. So that's an interesting idea and something I don't think they've mentioned before. And then of course the fact that River and Simon were almost burned together at the stake, like an old-fashioned witch hunt, like that I was not prepared for. I was just thinking, is this really how it ends? Like, I can't believe this story is going to stop here with the two of them, you know, dying together like this. And that I couldn't imagine how Mal would have felt if he would have shown up 10 minutes later, 15 minutes later. I mean, obviously for TV shows, they obviously swoop in at the last minute to save the day. But man, that was just such a gut-wrenching moment where you're thinking, these two are, this is what's going to happen. And River seemed more lucid on that planet. She seemed to be more like cognitive. She was talking to Simon and putting like normal sentences together and not talking about post-diggers, post-holers, whatever they were called. But yeah, she seemed to be more with it. And then when she started reading minds, the townspeople started to get freaked out and called her a witch. And then it was like, okay, that's it. We can't have you be here anymore. Let's burn the witch, basically. It was a pretty intense moment to think that this is how the story would end, and this is how their characters' fates would be, is the two of them would just be burned. And it was, I'm glad it didn't end up that way, but it was a very intense few minutes when I thought that's legitimately what was going to happen. But thank you so much for sharing this first time watching with me. If you have any other suggestions for TV shows you think I should watch, please comment below. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and check back often for more awesome content. Your snack has arrived. Yeah. They're gonna do an old-fashioned witch burning? What? I was about to lose my damn mind. Oh, not what I had imagined at all. Like, this is crazy.
Time to go.